Well, hello, my friends. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Today, I want to look into the book of Job. Now, the book of Job is, I would think, one of the most important books that we have in the Word of God. It's important because all of us, I think, go through times of suffering and times of pain, and we just don't understand it. And yet, through it all, we must trust in the Lord. See, Job, through his ordeal, and those of you, I think, that know the story, you will understand what I'm saying. If you don't know the story, you need to go to the book of Job and see that this man lost everything. He lost his family, all of his kids. He lost all of his livestock. And then he was suffering in his body. But through it all, he continued to trust in God. And so this is the pattern, I think, that you and I must take during our times of suffering. But I want to look at chapter 23. Now, the book itself is basically a conversation between Job and his so-called three friends, and another one was added at the end, another fourth friend. But in chapter number 23, Job speaks, and he says this: "Today also my complaint is bitter. My hand is heavy on account of my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat." See, he couldn't find the Lord. He didn't know where he prayed, and he just didn't know where to find God. And I'm sure that there's been times in your life, if you've served God very long, you're going to find times where you just can't find God. Your prayers seem to be hitting the ceiling and coming back. He continues, he said, "I would lay my case before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know that he would answer me and understand what he would say to me. Would he contend with me in the greatness of his power? No, he would pay attention to me. There an upright man could argue with him, and I would be acquitted forever by my judge. Behold, I go forward." Listen to this. "I go forward, but he's not there, and backward, but I do not perceive him. On the left hand, when he is working, I do not behold him. He turns to the right hand, but I do not see him. But he knows the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come out as gold. My foot has held fast to his steps. I have kept his way and have not turned aside. I have not departed from the commandments of his lips. I have treasured the words of his mouth more than my portion of food." So Job here, in his midst of his trouble, he stayed the course. He continued to serve God, even though he didn't understand. He couldn't find him. You know, one time a number of years ago, I prayed, and I did everything I knew I was supposed to, prayed and read the Bible, but I went a whole year and never felt God. I felt like Job, he looked to the right, he wasn't there, to the left, he wasn't there. Everywhere, nowhere could I find God. And I went a whole year that way. But I continued to pray, continued to read the Word, and I remember exactly where I was at the day that I felt the presence of God in my life again. And I think the Lord was showing me how serving him is not a feeling, though the feeling comes. It will come, the joy and the peace and everything. But serving him is not a feeling. It's a trust. It's a faith in him. And I remember when I felt the Lord that day in the kitchen of my home after a year of praying, and it seemed like nothing happening. I wrote a song, and the song was, "He's Still There." When I thought I was alone, he's still there. My friends, I want to tell you, I don't know who I'm talking to today, but if you've been praying and praying and you just can't seem to feel God or find God, just remember, he's there. He's watching. You must keep trusting, as Job did. You're going to come out as pure gold if you'll stay the course. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.